Charlie Chaplin was my inspiration when I was preparing for it. But the intention was to never have a character that is to be sympathized with. इसके साथ इसके गूंगेपन पे भी मजाक करेंगे क्योंकि ये हमारी तरह इक्वल है क्योंकि ये भी हराम है. She is a superstar in her own right, so she deserves to have the right to everything that others do. I don't get 8-hour shifts ever. When women take time from work just to raise children, they are not looked down upon. Politics is a full-time profession. वो एक दुनिया ही अलग है, हमारी दुनिया ही अलग है. तो अगर नहीं ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं तो आई थिंक उनको पता है उनको नहीं करना चाहिए. You can't really predict what becomes controversial eventually. Sanju sir and Salman bhai were there, and I had to call Nagma from the van. I became an actor because on his set, some people saw me and they recommended my name to Vashuji.
Tusshar Kapoor, welcome to CNN News 18.
Hello, how are you?
Good, good. Thank you, Tushar. How are you? Tushar, first wishing you a very happy Diwali. We're just few days away from Diwali. So very happy Diwali to you. You have a series of film lined up in the coming months, including Masti 4 and Welcome to the Jungle, and then Golmaal 5.
Yes.
But
Yes.
to start with, you are a father as well. What Diwali means to you, and how do you celebrate this festival of lights every year?
For me, it's like a tradition. It is a tradition, and I don't believe in really going out of my way, but I do the simple things that I do every Diwali, like the Lakshmi Puja, and take a take a nice day off with my son, or it's about going for a few parties with special close friends, which is now also become part of our work, become part of our job to mingle with the fraternity. So it gives you a chance to do things that you don't do otherwise, you don't get to do otherwise. And I think it's the sanctity of it all to be peaceful, mindful, positive, relax, calm, and just collect your thoughts about how the year has been thus far and what is in store for us. Thankful and grateful to the universe. I think Diwali, for me, it's about trusting the process. It's about just being happy within and doing the few needful things that are necessary traditionally also. Yeah.
So then, what is your favorite childhood Diwali memory?
My favorite childhood memory, those were crazy Diwalis when we were in the 80s, and we would start burning crackers from a week, 2 weeks before Diwali. And on the day of Diwali, we would be like up all night on the terrace burning rockets and all kinds of, those sutli bombs and chaklis and anars and fuljaris. So we were obsessive, compulsive cracker cracked kids who were burning crackers all the time, but we have grown out of it. And thankfully now we're more mindful about the environment, about noise, about animals, about the pollution, and the fact that you can do other things on Diwali. So I guess they've matured over time, and I think kids also today are behaving more carefully and more responsibly.
Same house in the childhood as well, where you're living? You used to celebrate Diwali?
I used to live in Pali Hill, in Bandra Pali Hill, and that was my old house. And with the building friends, we used to celebrate Diwali. तो दिवाली हॉलीडेज शुरू हो जाती थी स्कूलों में हमारे, तो सारी बिल्डिंग के फ्रेंड्स मतलब पूरा दिन फ्री हो जाना. दिवाली में यूजुअली लोग उस जमाने में ट्रैवल नहीं करते थे इतना, unless you're going to a cousin's place or something. So we used to have access to all our friends all day. So किसी के घर में जाना, हाइड सी खेल रहे हैं तो किसी के घर में जाके छुप रहे हैं, दिवाली का माहौल है, सबके घर में मेहमान आए हुए हैं, playing board games.
So, are you still in touch with your childhood friends?
A few of them on SMS, but not, I haven't met them in years. But remember, we used to play cards also at that time. We used to, as children, we used to play cards. We used to not play with money, but we used to play flush, and we used to play, that one card used to put here, and we used to play all those kinds of bluffs.
Guess the
and we used to
card.
play, yeah, guess the card. All those kind of things we used to do. And then वो आदत भी छूट गई. पर yeah, बहुत यादें हैं बचपन की.
Then coming to the movies, your next big screen outing is Masti 4, which is written by Milab Zaveri, and you of course will be reuniting with your another on-screen buddy, Ritesh Deshmukh and Aftab Shivdasani. Where Will these three sexually frustrated men looking out for some Masti be taking the audiences this time around?
I don't think they're portrayed as in that manner anymore. It's kind of going back to the original Masti, where it's about adultery, but in a more family friendly way, wherein the boys want to cheat on the girls, and then what do the wives think about it? And you know how the earlier Masti was, the first Masti about husbands and wives, and why does my character come in the picture? So it's much more, you can say, responsibly made. It's not going into the zone of over the topness or anything that I would associate with the adult comedies that came afterwards. But you can basically get this answer in a better manner from Milap himself, because the script was written itself, and when I read it, it was very different from what we had done recently, and very close to what the original Masti series was all about. Yeah.
Now you'll be starting work on Golmaal 5. Your
Yes.
character Lucky speaks through expressions, sound effects, and reactions.
Yes.
Making him relatable across all languages and ages. Have you ever considered giving a silent tribute to the legends like Charlie Chaplin or Harpo Marx or Mr. Bean through your character Lucky?
No, there was no such intention ever. They were our inspirations. Like Charlie Chaplin was my inspiration when I was preparing for it, as far as his body language is concerned. But the character is very different. And the facial expressions, the body language, we used to watch cartoons, we used to watch Charlie Chaplin movies, we used to watch films where there was sign language, even though we didn't use any sign language. It's just about getting inspiration from all kinds of actors who played characters that are mute. But the intention was to never have a character that is to be sympathized with. In spite of wanting to portray a character responsibly, we didn't want to be, we never wanted it to be a bichara. Or being sensitive to a character is not making a character a bichara and finding situations which are pitiful, because that was not the intention. We portrayed the character as a gunga, as in Venice. And if he's to be laughed at, he's to be laughed at, he laughed at others also. So it's a equality, that is what works, is that इसको कभी नीचा नहीं दिखाया हमने कि अरे यार इसके साथ मजाक नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि ये गूंगा है, वो कभी नहीं किया। इसके साथ इसके गूंगेपन पे भी मजाक करेंगे क्योंकि ये हमारी तरह इक्वल है, क्योंकि ये भी हराम है, ये भी हमें चुराता है, ये भी मतलब सॉरी फॉर यूजिंग माय दैट लैंग्वेज,
No, it's fine.
but he was a brat too. That character is also a brat. So that is the USP of this character and Golmaal franchise, is that every character is equal. Nobody's getting an edge, or nobody's getting grace marks, or nobody's a kacha limbu, if you know what I mean. That is the way we sensitize with the character. So it was done in a manner which was, I think, the way it should be done today, to bring everybody on the same mainstream platform.
But as a performer, as an actor, did you ever think, let me pay a tribute to say Charlie Chaplin or to Mr. Bean?
Not really, but I'm a big fan of Charlie Chaplin. I've read his autobiography also, and I will never be able to match up to his genius. In fact, they say when Charlie Chaplin के clones का एक competition रखा गया था, and he was also there, and nobody knew it was him. There were like 30-40 lookalikes, and they all were impersonating Charlie Chaplin. He was also part of that competition, though no one revealed it out that who is Charlie Chaplin in that competition. And he didn't come first in that competition himself. So it's a genius that you cannot impersonate. वो एक बार हो गया, उसको बस देख के आप सीख सकते हैं, आप इंस्पायर हो सकते हैं और बस तारीफ कर सकते हैं. So I would never want to do a tribute because they'll never match up. But I've seen Sridevi Ji's work in Mr. India, where she played some character like Charlie Chaplin, and she did it brilliantly. She had a class of her own. So that is something that I wouldn't dare to do. But who knows, something किसी दिन हो जाए. गोलमाल का कैरेक्टर तो बहुत ही अलग था. वो तो अपना ही, I think, I hope लोगों को इंस्पायर करे खुद से.
Now you've been working in the industry for a long time, and you actually belong to a film family. Deepika Padukone recently said that when male stars can work for 8 hours and take weekends off, female actors should also have the same right. Do you believe that male and female actors are treated differently when it comes to negotiating work hours or contracts?
I'm sure if she's saying it, it's true. I can't really comment on it because unless I'm having a conversation with her one to one, I won't be able to get the right context of what she has said. But I would definitely say that if she's saying that and has experienced it, why would I not want to believe it? I would definitely believe it if she's saying it. And given the level that she's in, uh, she is a superstar in her own right. So she deserves to have the right to everything that others do on her level, in her place. And kudos to her for being the torch bearer, for bringing about a change. But I'd also like to say that everybody has their own ways in of dealing with certain disparities. I also feel that sometimes maybe we don't allow actors to take time off from work the way sometimes companies or corporates do. In the film industry is not so organized, and that applies to me as a male also, in the sense that I don't get 8-hour shifts ever. But I can't speak for everyone because my experience has been different. I'm a different actor. I'm I've worked in different kinds of films. So my issues are also different. I believe that when women take time from work and retire for 5-10 years before they come back just to raise children, they are not looked down upon by the industry and the society. But if a man has undergone a bit of a slowdown because of becoming a parent, or he's taken some time off to raise a child, he's not allowed to be human. He's like expected to be superhuman because heroes have to be heroes at all times. Heroes can't retire and then come back. Heroes have to go to work every day. So वहां भी inequality होती है. It's just sometimes sometimes things work out for you, sometimes things don't. So I can't really comment on what she has said, but if I have a chat with her, if I ever meet her and have a chat with her, I'll be able to contribute to that conversation. But I really appreciate the fact that she's standing up for things that are part of the industry that haven't been looked at. As far as any parent, male or female, I think work can be very strenuous and stressful within the industry. Sometimes we choose to abide by the rules and just go with the flow. And if somebody's standing up to make a change, one has to appreciate it.
Coming back to your movie, you are also on board Janadesh,
Yes,
a political thriller directed by Prakash Jha.
yes,
Now, film also stars Janvi Kapoor. How are
yes.
you preparing for your role in that film? Will you be working on the Hindi dialect that is commonly spoken by politicians?
It is Devnagari, as Hindi or Devnagari as you would call it. That is what I have spoken. And Prakash ji did a workshop with me, but he insisted that I don't want you to get inspired from any. It's a politician from the Hindi heartland. So I don't want you to get stuck on a certain dialect that ऐसे ही बात करना है. You be yourself. And he made certain additions and certain modifications to the syllables. He said that ये ऐसे बोलना, like say अगर फल बोलना है तो फल. So certain things he guided me, but beyond that, he said, I want you to play it your way.
But
So there
are
was
you
no
using
role
words
model.
like Paramarsh, Rajniti, Vichar, all these? Have you
Yes,
used?
yes, everything. It's a political thriller, and I'm playing a politician for the first time. So it's going to be something very, very unique. And it's been a huge something that I've ticked off my bucket list working with Prakash Jha. It's like a dream. There was a dream of wanting to work with Sham Benegal, and then there was a dream of wanting to work with Prakash Jha. He's this is something that I have ticked off my bucket list, and I've known him for a while, but he said that kuch aaya hi nahi hai abhi tak. And now the universe has decided that we do Janadesh together, which was something that I was very grateful for. And I finished my part. I've done the shoot, and I'm so excited because I know he was happy with my work. So let's hope that everything works out. Fingers crossed. And like Shore in the City or Khakee, Janadesh also, is another addition or a feather in my cap. Let's see.
I'm looking forward to one of your speeches in the film, then I must say.
Yes, how do you know I have speeches? Acha, because I'm a politician. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
But staying with the politics, why do you think many Bollywood actors haven't succeeded in a political career despite some big names like Rajesh Khanna, Dharmendra? contesting elections in the past. What do you think are unique challenges the actors face when transitioning from cinema to politics?
I don't think it's very easy to change professions because politics is a full-time profession if you want to take it seriously. So I'm glad that actors are being mindful about the fact that not everyone can become a politician and not every politician can become an actor. Even though we do दोनों का काम करते हैं हम एक दूसरे की लाइफस्टाइल में अपनी एक दूसरे की इंडस्ट्रीज में हमारी इंडस्ट्री में भी पॉलिटिक्स है उनकी इंडस्ट्री में भी एक्टिंग का बहुत श्रेय है लेकिन वो एक दुनिया ही अलग है हमारी दुनिया ही अलग है तो अगर नहीं ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं तो आई थिंक उनको पता है उनको नहीं करना चाहिए और कुछ लोग तो बहुत अच्छा काम करे हेमा जी इज अ 3 टाइम एमपी शी इज अ रिकॉर्ड एंड शी इज जस्ट अनबिलीवेबल शी like mega star in movies and a mega star now in politics also. Not
Have
everyone
you
can do that. Hmm.
did you get a chance to talk to Prakash Ji about the same? He also contested election twice in the past for Lok Sabha.
Oh, really? I didn't know this.
Yeah, twice.
Okay, I didn't know. I
Yeah.
haven't spoken to him about this, but we talk a lot about politics when we meet. We talk a lot because I am also very into the political news आपके channels के जरिए and बॉलीवुड न्यूज देखना तो बंद ही कर दिया अभी तो इतना ड्रामा पॉलिटिक्स में ही होता है तो आपको बॉलीवुड की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ती.
Recently, we saw Aryan Khan, the Bats of Bollywood, face legal trouble after a defamation case was filed by Samir Wankade. As a
Hmm.
producer, how do you ensure your content avoid potential controversies? Like with the cases like, do you feel it becoming increasingly challenging to draw inspiration from real life incidents?
I don't know how to answer that. I mean, I've watched the show and I've loved it, and I didn't really catch anything that was controversial. So maybe this will also die a natural death, probably. But something that is so sub judice, I don't want to comment on it. It's probably would add fuel to the fire, and I would just like to watch content that is fun and enjoy it as an audience member. And I did. So for me, full marks to that show, and uh, I believe films and content work because of everything in totality. And this show has worked too because people have liked it as on the whole. And we should focus on the bigger picture that it has really, made people enjoy it because of all the episodes that have come together to make it a entertaining show. And we should encourage work that comes out of our industry, especially since there's a dearth of good content on OTT. So I would only say something encouraging for this show because अपने लोगों को मतलब चलना चाहिए और अच्छे shows को hit होना चाहिए. And that's what should happen with this show too.
But do you sometimes do discuss while when you're reading a story that, oh, this is inspired by real incident? What if it draws or it will perhaps create a controversy? Do you also discuss this when working on a subject which is perhaps inspired by a real incident?
Uh, I am always careful about not wanting to get into any sort of controversy, and I'm the most boring and uncontroversial person. Though I don't discuss it, but usually most of my films are comedies. As an actor, I give my two bit. The rest is not in my hands. And if something is harmless, it's harmless. And you can't really predict what becomes controversial eventually, even if it's done very, very harmlessly and, unintentionally. That's not in our control. और अगर बात में दम नहीं है तो वो बात मतलब वही खत्म हो जाएगी. I believe that. Yeah.
Your son is 9 now. He's 9 years of age.
Hmm.
How interested is he in acting in cinema?
He's not interested in cinema right now at all. He watches very few movies. He's more into football. And I'm trying to make him watch some Hindi movies. I took him for Sitare Zameen Par and he loved it. But other than that, he's just playful and he likes gardening. He likes his hobbies are reading, cooking, gymnastics, trying to get into martial arts, and most importantly, football. That's like not even his hobby; it's profession. Movies is last on his list, right?
You also worked as the director's assistant on the film Chal Mere Bhai,
Yes.
directed by David Dhawan.
Hmm.
What's your most cherished memory from that experience?
My cherished memory was the first day, of course. I remember I was shooting and Sanju sir and Salman Bhai were there, and I had to call Nagma from the van, the song Mere Baap Ki Beti Meko Bhai Bolti. That was my first day. And I had to call Nagma from my, I'm calling her Nagma because she was also somebody I knew through my sister at that point of time. So that was my job, my first day, September 1999, 26 years back. Can you imagine? And I remember getting very bored because I was just standing and doing nothing, otherwise just observing. And I was like Alice in Wonderland. And eventually I started getting used to it. I remember Vikram Fadnis, Shabina, they were designers at that point of time, came and gave clothes to the actors. And I remember Rumi Bhai was on set, like Devi ji के set पे बहुत लोग आते थे visit करने, वाशु जी उनके producer आ रहे हैं मिलने, and फटाफट काम हो रहा था. So it was a typical Bollywood set from the late 90s. I was just part of the 90s, I would say, by a
But what
few months.
duty you were given on the set? What was your what was it any task that
David G. David G. believed that you find your own work, you find your own niche, you find your job, you find your whatever you need to be doing. There's no designation and there's no like hierarchy on his set. It's more like uh, naturally how you evolve and discover what you need to be doing. So that is a very unstructured way of working, which is great. And I had to thrive in that atmosphere, which was a good challenge for me. But I got acclimatized to Bollywood through that. Then eventually I became an actor because on his set, some people saw me and they recommended my name to Vashuji and Rumi Bhai and Satish ji. So it's through Chal Mere Bhai, Kuwara and Tudan Humne Jayenge, these three films that I was a part of, that I became an actor. Because wahan se, I think my destiny took off.
but was there a time where you felt like actors के लिए बहुत wait करना पड़ता है?
बिल्कुल भी नहीं. I think उस set पे तो कोई wait नहीं कर रहा था. I remember yeah, the actors, we used to be called late only. The shift used to start late because actors used to have to go to gym in the morning, work out, etc. So I don't remember being made to wait at all. I remember it was about doing more afternoon shift because that's how they worked at that point of time with senior actors like Salman Bhai and Sanju sir. And that was
Did they come on
completely fine
time?
because जल्द पैक बहुत बहुत मतलब टाइम पे हो जाता था और टाइम पे तो पैकअप हो जाती थी. डेविड जी का काम इतना फटाफट सीन्स होते थे, you'd not know कि कब खत्म हो गया शूट. I never went home late. I always went home early. So I enjoyed it. It was like a nice picnic working with David sir because start टाइम पे होती थी, खत्म टाइम पे होती थी, एंड वो एक्टर के स्केड्यूल के हिसाब से शिफ्ट बनती थी उस टाइम पे. और पिक्चर रिलीज भी टाइम पे होगी, फिर उसके पहले मैं ही निकल गया वहां से.
But I love your film Khaki, directed by Rajkumar Suntoji.
Yeah.
The whole industry know how disciplined Mr. Bachchan is. What was your experience of working with him on Khaki?
Oh, I can't even begin to know the answer to that question in one question answer session. It's something that you can keep talking about because he's such a university as far as his work ethic is concerned. Forget the acting part of it, which has been reiterated over the decades. I think his work ethic and the never to be overconfident attitude about every shot and never to feel like you can just let go, is something that I really imbibed from him because he was so mindful about every little thing that he did. And he's always thinking about the shot that was just given, and he never took it easy. And he would always improvise, always give suggestions, guidances, and very good sense of humor also. And one would think that he's in person like how he is in Mohabbatein, like a principal, but that is his work ethic. But his camaraderie on set is like a young person. बातें होती थी कभी कभी पुरानी किस्से निकाली जाती थी. And it was like a group. No, we were
I thought you share
together
an,
throughout.
I thought you probably share an anecdote from the sets of Khaki that
No,
you remember
no,
close.
there's no one anecdote. I remember we were on this train journey all the time. We were shooting within the trains. So we used to sit together and talk together, all of us. He has advised me a couple of times about my makeup. He has, uh, if I would, if I would feeling unnerved about a situation, then he'd make me feel comfortable. So those are little things that can be spoken about, but ऐसा कोई एक anecdote नहीं है जो मैं discuss कर सकूंगा. I think there are too many anecdotes. Yeah.
And finally, it's Diwali time. What are some of your favorite all-time comedies that you like to recommend today to our viewers?
Favorite all-time comedies? Definitely, I used to like some very uh, unexpected choices of films that did well, but they were not probably popularly discussed as favorite comedy films. And that is Baap Numberi, Beta Das Numberi. If you remember that movie, I have enjoyed it thoroughly. There's a movie called Thanedar or My Dad's, with Sanju Sir, which had a lot of comedy, and that was a very funny film. So that is one of my favorites.
Tamaloge, the song. Is that the
I
one?
would, yeah, Tamba Tamba Loge Wali, yeah. It's not a comedy film, but it's the comedy in that film I really love. So that Baap Numberi, Beta Das Numberi. Then there is संजीव कुमार साहब की कॉमेडी बहुत अच्छी लगती थी मुझे. So he's done some great comedy with movie called Swarg Narg. So these are some of my favorite films, not just for the fact that they are comedy films, but because they had very funny comedy scenes.
You were a Kader Khan fan, would you say?
Kader Khan fan, completely.
Well, all the best for Masti 4 and looking forward to lots more. Happy Diwali to you again and thank you so much, Tushar.
Thank you so much.